This is Class 10 ICSE Maths Board Paper of 2023. We have already finished with Section A and now we are coming to Section B. And I'm going to show you the answer key and how to write the answers for Section B. So let's start. Here you will have from question 4 to question 10. So there are in total 7 questions. You have to choose your questions carefully and write only 4 questions which are 10 marks each. Mostly they will be of 3, 3 and 4 marks subparts. Okay, so let us begin with question 4, first part. If A is a matrix like so, B is a matrix like so, and C is a matrix like so, and I, which is the unit matrix, which is like so, then find this. Now let us see how we write it down. So let's look at the solution. We first find B plus C by substituting these values like so. Then A into B plus C, we write like so, and we will get this as our A into B plus C, and then A into B plus C minus 14I is going to be, as we substitute 14 into this, will give us 14, 0, 0, 14, and we subtract 14 minus 14, that's 0, 30 minus 0, that is 30, 22 minus 0, that is 22, and 42 minus 14, and that is 28, and that's our answer, and that gives us a full 4 marks. Second part, ABC is a triangle whose vertices are A, 1, minus 1, B, 0, 4, and C is minus 6, 4. And D is the midpoint of BC. Find the coordinates of D and equation of median AD. D is the midpoint of BC, which means we'll have to show the diagram. So let's see how we work on it. So we'll first show the diagram here. Write the coordinates of A, B and C, and your D is the midpoint of BC. Now since we want the coordinates of D, we'll use the midpoint formula. Everyone knows this midpoint formula. We substitute here and we get the value here. Minus 6 upon 2 is minus 3 and 8 upon 2 is 4. So we'll write over here minus 3, 4, which is the coordinate of D. And this becomes our first answer, rather answer A. Now in order to find the equation of AD, we need to find first the slope. So slope formula is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. We substitute for the y2 and y1 value. So 4 minus 1 means 5 upon, we have minus 3 minus 1, which is minus 4. So minus 5 upon 4. Now AD has a slope of minus 5 upon 4 and it is passing through this point also, this point also. I'm going to take this, which is your point A, and then I will use the formula for slope point form, and y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1 after substituting gives us this, and this is our answer B. That is how we get our 4 full marks by writing all these steps. Now we come to question number 4, third part. In this figure, O is the center of the circle. See, this is O. PQ is the tangent. Let's look at the PQ tangent here. PQ is the tangent here, and it is touching the circle at T. Chord AB produced. So chord AB produced meets this tangent at P. AB is given as a 9. BP is given as 16 centimeter, and angle PTB. Angle PTB is PTB. This one is given as 50. OBA is this one, which is 45, and we have to find length of PT, that is this. Then angle BAT, that is this one. Then BOT, that is this one, and angle ABT, that is this one. Okay, so let us see how we start doing that. First we'll have to draw the diagram. I'll be using the same diagram as the diagram is big enough. The A part is asking us to find PT. Now PT is the tangent, so PT square will be equal to PA into PB. PA is going to be 16 plus 9, that is 25. This. Can you see how I have written? These are the reasons, and then that will give us under root 25 into 16, that is PT, and 5 into 4, that will give us the value of PT as 20 centimeters. So we have 20 centimeters, that's our answer A. The second part says angle BAT, that is this one. Now this angle is going to be subtended by this arc. Now this arc is between this tangent and the chord at the point of contact, that is 50. So this will be 50 here. So I have written just that. So we have got this one and this one, that's our 1 mark each, and it is because of alternate segment theorem here, this statement. Now we have to come to angle BOT. Angle BOT is this one here. Now this angle over here is angle at the center, subtended by the same arc which subtended BAT here at the circumference. So angle at the center is twice angle at circumference. So we write the reason. 2 into 50, 100 degrees is the third mark for you. That is answer 3. The last one is ABT angle. Now ABT is angle made of this angle and this angle, 45. Now I need to find out this. Look at this triangle. OT equal to OB, and therefore this angle and this angle, they will be angles opposite equal sides. So they'll be equal. This is already we know is 100 degrees. So 100 plus x is equal to 180 degrees. So I've written the statements here and the reasons. Yeah, you can pause the video and look at it if you are taking it down. Alright, ideally you should pause the video, write it down and check the answers yourselves. Okay, so OBT is x, which is 80 upon 2, which is 40 degrees. Now angle ABT here, this is angle 45 plus this. So we are writing from the diagram, we see these two angles added up. We substitute, this is 45, this is 40 degrees, and then we get 95 degrees as our answer D, and that is our fourth mark. So we finished with question 4. Now we move on to question 5. This Aurora bought the following articles from a departmental store. So there is hair oil, cashew nuts, price is given here, rate of GST is given, and also discount is given. You have to find the total GST paid and the total bill amount including GST. So question 5, first subpart. We make the table like this. There is discount of rupees 100. So discounted price for hair oil is 1100. We have to show CGST and SGST because it's in the same town, and then the payable amount. Now calculations for CGST are given here, and then we just fill this up. Then we come to cashew nuts. The price is 600 and the rate of GST is 12%. So there is no discount here. So discounted price is the same, and then we have the CGST calculation, 6% of 636, SGST also being the same, so 72 rupees will be added to this. The price for cashew nuts will be 672, and when we add this we'll get the total bill. They are asking for total GST. This will be for the hair oil and this will be for the cashew nuts. So that will be this plus this, that is for hair oil and cashew nuts, and the total GST will be rupees 270. That's answer A. B, total bill amount including GST is rupees 1970, that is this, and this finishes our question 5 first part. Question 5 second part. Solve the following inequation. Write down the solution set and represent it on the number line. Now this is the one that we have. Let's see how we write it. We solve this inequation and this inequation simultaneously like so. So we will end up getting x greater than or equal to minus 7. So minus 7 is less than or equal to x. Here as we solve, we get 1.5 greater than x. Therefore x less than 1.5. We write the solution set and we graph it on the number line like so. And this is our answer. That finishes our second part of question 5. Question 5c. In the given figure, AC parallel to DE parallel to BF. So you can see AC, DF and BF. They are parallel to each other. AC is given as 24. AC is here. EG is given as 8 centimeters. And GB. How much is GB? It is 16 centimeter. And BF is 30 centimeter. We have to prove that triangle GED, that is this triangle here, is similar to GBF, that is this one. Next we have to find DE, that is this one, and then DB is to AB. DB is to AB, this full thing. Let's see how we write the solution. So we have drawn the diagram for question 5 third part. We write what is given the way it is in the question. We write what is to be found out like so. Now we have to focus on this triangle and this triangle. We know that these two angles are vertically opposite angles, so we write that. Then we can say that this is parallel to this. So either I can say that this angle equal to this angle, or I can say this angle here equal to this angle. I have taken GED, that is this one over here is equal to this one over here. These two are equal, so I have written that. And then therefore we will have the two triangles similar because of AA test for similarity. And then we write the corresponding sides in proportion like so. Now we know GE is 8 centimeter and GB, this one, is 16 centimeter. So we substitute these two values. ED is to be found out. So ED upon BF is 30 here. So we write that. And then this is going to be your 8 ones and 8 twos. So you are going to have 8 ones and 8 twos and 2 ones and 2 15s. So you will have DE equal to 15 centimeters, and that is our answer B. So we proved our A part here and we proved our B part here. Now in order to come to DB upon AB, we have to look at this triangle here and this triangle here. So we have already found out this DE, which is 15 centimeter. So we have EDB and CAB. They are similar triangles because this angle over here is common angle for this triangle and this triangle. And then we can have this angle and this angle. They are corresponding angles. Or we can take this angle equal to this angle, and that will give us the two triangles BCD. Can you see that? No, sorry, BED, BED and BCA, they are similar. I have proved by AA test. Now all we have to do is take the ratio of the corresponding sides. So let us look at the corresponding sides ratio. So we'll have BE upon BC equal to ED upon CA equal to BD upon BA. And now we'll take these two ratios. We know DE is 15 and AC was 24, and that is equal to here DB. Instead of writing BD, I've written DB, and instead of BA, I'm writing AB because that is what is in the question. And now this will be 3 5s 15 and 3 8s 24. So DB is to AB is 5 is to 8, and that is our answer C, and that is going to give you your full marks. Okay. Question 6, the first part. The following distribution gives the daily wages of 60 workers of a factory. So we have the wages, daily income in this manner, and we have the number of workers like so. They are telling you what scale on the graph to take, and then draw the histogram, and then we have to find the mode. So for histogram, we will have to take the two axes. The x-axis will have the income and y-axis will have the number of workers. So let's see how we draw the histogram. So this is our histogram. This is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, and the scale has been written over there. As x-axis, it will be 100 rupees equal to 2 centimeters, and for the y-axis, it is written 2 centimeters equal to 2 workers. And then because we are starting from this 200, remember here this is going to be your origin, which is 0, and then we mark the kink here, and then we mark from 200 300. So 200 to 300 is the first class interval, and here we have the first frequency is 6. So we make this box like so. You know how to do this, right? And then we take the topmost frequency, that is 16, and then we connect with this corner here, this one with this corner here, and where the two intersect, from there we will come down and this is 2 boxes and half. Now this is 500, so 500 to 600. This is divided into how many divisions? 10 divisions. So if there are 10 divisions, then each division, one division is going to correspond to rupees 10. So if there are 2 divisions, that will be 2 divisions giving us rupees 20. And then in between a little bit is there, the mark is between 2 and 3, second and third division. So I have taken it as 25 rupees. Yeah, so we have 525. Write it like so, and then you write that mode is rupees 525, and that is your answer. Then we come to the second part of question 6. The fifth term and the ninth term of the arithmetic progressions, they are 4 and minus 12 respectively. Find the first term, which means A equal to how much? The B part, common difference, that is D equal to how much? And then the sum of 16 terms of the AP. Okay, so let's look at the solution. In our solution, we will write fifth term of AP, that is A5, is equal to A plus 4D. Why do we say that? Because we know that AN is equal to, so we write here, since A plus N minus 1 into D. Then the ninth term of the AP will be A9, which will be A plus 8D, which is equal to minus 12. We call this equation 1, equation 2, and then we'll eliminate A to get the value of D, which is minus 4. Substitute this value in any one of the equations, which will give us A as 20. So our first answer is A equal to 20, that is the first term. And B will be the common difference, which we already found out, minus 4, that's our answer B. And then for the sum of 16 terms, S16 will be 16 upon 2 into bracket 2 into 20 plus 15 into minus 4. And this is because of this formula, Sn, sum of n terms is n upon 2 into bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Then we just solve this to get minus 160, which is our answer C. So this is our third part of question 6. A and B are 2 points on x-axis and y-axis respectively. So your A is going to be 4, 0, B is going to be 0, 4. Your first question is write the coordinates of A. So we have written them, and that's our first mark. The B part says that P divides AB in the ratio 3:1. So this is our point P. And the coordinates of P are to be found out. So we will say let A, which is this 4, 0, let it be x1, y1, and B 0, 4, let it be x2, y2. And then the section formula we write, we substitute, get the answer, that will give us our P, that is our second mark. Now slope of AB we'll have to find, because we have to find the equation of line perpendicular to AB, but it should pass through P. Now P is 1, 3, right? The equation for the line, which is required line, is going to require you to find the slope, and then you need to have the point. Now the point is already here. How will you find the slope? First we'll have to find the slope of AB, and this will be perpendicular. So the slopes of these two lines, m1 into m2, should give us minus 1. So we'll write just that. Slope of AB, we write the formula, get the slope. Then required line is perpendicular to AB. So slope of the required line will be m2, which will be minus 1 upon m1, because m1, m2 equal to minus 1 for perpendicular lines. And that will give us m2 equal to 1. Now we say that the required line has a slope equal to 1 and passes through P, which is 1, 3. So we use y minus y1 equal to m into x minus x1, which is our slope and point form. Substitute the values and then you will get x minus y plus 2 equal to 0 as the equation of the required line. Come to question number 7. So we have finished solving question number 4, 5, 6 and this is the 4th question. Now remember, I'm going to solve all these questions. So after 4th question, you don't need to solve, but we are going to solve all of these for practice now. For the boards, if you have solved 4, 5, 6, 7, then you don't have to go ahead. But rest of you who have solved the other questions, please go ahead, pause the video, see if your solution is proper or no, and then move on so that you can check your marks also. Okay? So the first part of this is a bag containing 25 cards numbered through 1 to 25. A card is drawn at random. What is the probability that the number on the card drawn is a multiple of 5, a perfect square, or a prime number? Now the solution to be written for this question is when we write the sample space, because 1 to 25 is our total number of outcomes. Now first part, that is A part, asks us for multiple of 5. So write the statements like this: favorable outcomes are these. So the number of favorable outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So write here 5. Then P of multiples of 5, that means probability of multiple of 5 will be number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes. At least once you should write the formula. Then you substitute 5 upon total is 25. That gives us 1 upon 5. That's your answer A. Your B part asks us for the perfect squares. So the favorable outcomes, can you see here? We have listed these. How many are these? 5. So number of favorable outcomes are 5. So the probability of perfect square will be number of favorable upon total, means 5 upon 25, which is again 5. Then we come to the C part where they are asking us for prime numbers. Now favorable outcomes, remember, start from 2. Remember, 1 is not a prime number. 1 is a unit number. And then we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23. These are 9 values. So number of favorable outcomes is 9. And the probability of prime number will be again number of favorable upon total is 9 upon 25. And that's how we get our full marks for this question. It was very, very simple, right? Let us come to question 7, second part. A man covers a distance of 100 kilometers traveling with uniform speed of x kilometers per hour. Had the speed been 5 kilometers per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less. Find x, which is the original speed. Now let's look at the solution. For this, I have made 3 columns: speed, distance, and time. The original speed was x and the increased speed was x plus 5. Distance was 100 kilometers in both cases. So the time, which is going to be equal to distance upon speed, will give us 100 upon x hour in first case. For the increased speed, it will be distance, that is 100 kilometers upon x plus 5 the speed, and that is going to be 1 hour less. So we will have, this being the bigger quantity, we'll have bigger time, the original time, minus the new time, that is in case 2, and the difference is going to be 1 hour. Now I have taken out 100 common, divided the whole thing by 100, and now it has become 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 5 equal to 1 upon 100. Take the LCM, cancel it out, and then we have the quadratic equations like this. For this, you will see that the product is minus 500 and the difference is plus 5. So you will need 2 multiples of 5. So they will be 25 2s 50. So 25 20s will be 500, and the bigger number is going to be positive because the difference is positive and this will be negative. So we will have the factors plus 25x minus 20x like so, and you know how to do this. When x is minus 25, we say it is not applicable, because our speed cannot be negative. So x is equal to 20. So the original speed is x, which is 20 kmph, and this is how you get your full marks for this question as well. Now we come to the third part of question 7, and this diagram has been given. Although this diagram looks a little overwhelming, don't worry about it, it's not all that bad. A solid is in the shape of hemisphere of radius 7 centimeters surmounted by the cone of height 4 centimeters. So can you see this hemisphere and this radius over here? This is the small radius and this is 7 centimeter. And the height of the cone, that is this one. This height is equal to 4 centimeter. This solid is immersed completely in a cylindrical container filled with water up to a certain height. So this was the height. And the radius of the cylinder, so from here to here, this radius is big R. We will call that as 14 centimeter. Find the rise in the water level. So this is what we have to find out. Okay, now we know that the volume of the body immersed will be the volume of the water which is displaced. So this much volume of water is equal to the volume of this body. Okay, so let us see how we write our statements. So first point is to find the volume of the hemisphere, that is this part. So that will be 2/3 of pi r cube. You must remember the formulas. Substitute and you get your value upon 3. Now do not convert this into decimal, okay, because this is not the ultimate answer. Let us look at volume of the cone. 1/3 pi r square h. Substitute and we get this. Can you see this? 22 into 4 is 88 into 7. Yes, that is in the numerator and upon 3 centimeter cube. Now volume of the solid will be this plus this. So we are just writing it like so. Now look, rather than finding the decimals, you can take your 44 out common and 7 common and 3 in the denominator common. So here 44 is gone, here 7 into 7, so 7 remains here. From here 44 is gone, so 2, and this 7 is out, so 2 remains here, so 7 plus 2 is inside the bracket. So that gives us 44 into 7 into 9 upon 3. 3 will go 3 times. So we will have 44 into 21. Now you will see 44 ones 44, carry 4, 44 twos, 88 and 4, 92. So this is the volume of the solid. So the volume of the water that is risen will be equal to volume of the solid. So pi r square h, capital H, which is the volume of water risen, will be equal to this. Look at this. I have written as 44 into 21. Take all the numbers the way you have to carry forth this side, and height will be equal to 3 upon 2 means 1.5. That height is this, that is the rise in water level, 1.5 centimeter. That's your answer. So we finished question 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 questions. Now these ones are the additional questions, but let us see how they can be done. If you attempted this, then you see how you should get your full marks. What are the steps? The following table gives marks scored by a set of students in an examination. Calculate the mean of the distribution by using shortcut method. Okay, so to find the mean by shortcut method, we need the value of x, which is the mean value of this, the central value, 0 plus 10 upon 2, which means 5. For here, 10 plus 20 upon 2 means 15. So we write all these values. In the middle, there are 2 class intervals. So we take the one with highest frequency, that is R 25. We call that as assumed mean. We add this, we get sigma f, which is equal to 40, and then we find this deviation from this value. It is x minus a. So x minus a is 5 minus 25, that is minus 20. This will be minus 10. This will be 25 minus 25, that's 0. 35 minus 25 is 10, then 20, then 30. Then FD is we take the value of f and multiply by this value of d. and we get here minus 60. Then we take this 8 into this minus 80. This into 0, 0. This into this 90. This into this 80. This into this 60. So you will see over here when you add, look at this, so nice these numbers are. Can you see that? This will get cancelled and you get 90 as sigma ft. Yeah. Now mean formula is a plus sigma ft upon sigma f. All we have to do is substitute and get the answer, and that gives a full 3 marks. Now we come to question 8, second part. What number must be added to each of the numbers 4, 6, 8, 11 in order to get 4 numbers in proportion? Now all we have to do is say let the number be added equal to x. And then x plus 4, x plus 6, x plus 8, x plus 11. We write them in proportion. Okay. So as I said, we have written let x be added to each. So we will write this in proportion and then cross multiply. And all you have to do is open the brackets, multiply and simplify. X comes out to be 4. So 4 must be added to each number, and that's our answer. And that's good enough for 3 marks, right? Question 8, third part. Using ruler and compass, construct a triangle ABC in which AB is 6 centimeters, angle BAC is 120 degrees and AC is 5 centimeters. Construct a circle passing through ABC means circumcircle. So we have to construct this, bisect the sides and then measure and write down the radius of the circle. So we have AB equal to 6 centimeters. Then we have this arc with this one for 60 and this one for 120. You know how to construct this. Then we join this and cut an arc at 5 centimeters. Join C and B, and then we have to bisect two sides. So I have bisected BC. This one is the bisector of BC and this one is the bisector of AB. Where the two intersect, that is your radius up to here. Use this as the radius. Take this point as the center of the circle and draw the circle which will pass through all 3 points. And then we have to write the radius equal to 5.7 centimeters, and that is our answer. So now we have to solve only 2 more questions to finish this paper. We now come to question number 9, first part. We have to use componendo dividendo to solve for x, and this is what is given to us. So we are going to use componendo dividendo and let us see how we solve it. Look at this. We have written this, and then for componendo dividendo we will do this plus this in the numerator and this minus this in the denominator. Can you see what is getting cancelled? Yes. So we get 2 under root 2x plus 2 divided by 2 under root 2x minus 1, and here it will be 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1, that is 4 upon 2. Now we square both sides, and this is what we will get after squaring, cross multiply and just solve. X equal to 1, and that should give you your 3 full marks. Look at our second part of question 9. Which term of the arithmetic progression? This is 300. So the first term is 15 and the common difference will be the second term minus the first term. Hence find the sum of all the terms, means whatever is the number of terms, we have to find the sum of all of those of this arithmetic progression. So we write the first term, that is a, which is 15, and common difference will be a2 minus a1 or t2 minus t1, that will be 30 minus 15, which is 15. Now the last term, let us say, is 300, so the nth term an is 300. Our an formula is a plus n minus 1 into d, that is equal to 300, and so we will substitute like so and just follow the steps. So n comes out to be 20, so 20th term is 300. Now we have to find the sum of all the terms. So sum of 20 terms, we use this formula, substitute and check out. Is your answer right? Write it in the comments. Question 9, third part. From the top of the tower, 100 meter tall, a man observes the angle of depression of two ships A and B. So these are the two angles of depression. This is your A ship and B ship here. They are 45 and 38 degrees respectively. So they are written over here. If the foot of the tower and the ship are in the same horizontal line, that means if ACB is a straight line, then find the distance between the two ships A and B to the nearest meter. Now for this, understand that we will have to take these two right triangles. Okay, so now this is 45, this angle is going to be 45. This is 38, so this will be 38. Let us see, in right triangle ACD, tan 45, because if this is 45, then these are parallel lines and this is the transversal. This becomes alternate interior angle, which is 45, and for this triangle, this is how we will get this as 38 degrees. Okay, so now tan 45 will be this CD upon AC, and tan 45, we know the value is 1, so 100 upon AC, and that gives AC equal to 100 meters. Okay, now when we take this second triangle, tan 38 will be CD upon BC. Now when we substitute, we will get BC will be equal to CD upon tan 38. Now I don't like dividing by a 4-digit number, so I will say please omit. To the examiner, I'll just strike this and I will take the complement, that is this 52 degrees, and now tan 52 will be BC upon CD. Can you see that? So BC becomes tan 52 multiplied by CD. I use the log table, I get this value and I write this, and this is how I get 127.99 meter. So the distance between the two ships is this 100 meter and this 127.99 meter. Add it up, you get 227.99 meter, but they say round off to the nearest meter, means this digit you should have as the last digit. So this is 0.99, so this 227 becomes 228 meter, and that is our answer for our 4 mark. Now we come to the last question of the paper. Question 10, which is the last question. First part asks us to factorize completely using factor theorem. So we write this. We'll first try and see if x minus 1 is a factor. So we say if x minus 1 divides, then x minus 1 equal to 0, that will give us x equal to 1. Then f of x is this, which we have written from here, and we substitute x as 1. So f of 1 will be equal to 2 into 1 cube minus 1 square minus 13 into 1 minus 6. As you can see, this is only positive quantity, everything else is negative, so which is not 0. Then if we take x plus 1 to divide, then x will be equal to minus 1. Here again this will be a minus term, this will be a plus term, and then again it will not be 0, so I'm not writing that. I'm taking x minus 2. If it divides, then x minus 2 will be equal to 0, x equal to 2. We substitute over here, and again you will see that this is 8 and 8 to 16, and then you can see all these are negative quantities, so it's not going to be 0, so I'm just going to say x minus 2 is not a factor. But if we take x plus to divide, then x plus 2 will be equal to 0, giving us x equal to minus 2. So f of minus 2 will be, as you can see, I have solved this and it comes out to be 0, which means x plus 2 is a factor by factor theorem, because this f of minus 2 is the remainder and that remainder is equal to 0. Then we show the long division like so. So you will, of course, you know how to do this, right? So we will have this will go so many times, and f of x will be this multiplied by this. Can you see that? And then just to save on time, I have not shown the factorization steps, but your product over here is going to be equal to -6, and the difference is going to be -5. So we will have to take -6 and +1 as our factors for this trinomial over here, and that will give us our answer, like x plus 2 into 2x plus 1 into x minus 3, and that should give us our full 4 marks. Now the last question is the graph, so we'll have to draw it on the graph paper. Now we come to the last question, question 10, and the second part, the real last question. And we have to use the graph paper to solve this. As you can see, there is a table here of the weights and also the students here, and we are given this scale on x-axis and y-axis, and we have to use this to find the median, upper quartile, and the number of students whose weight is above 37 kg. And for this we will have to first make the cumulative frequency table, because this is just the frequency. Now we'll need the cumulative frequency, then we'll have the points to plot, and then we'll look at this and we'll see how to go about finding the median, upper quartile, and the number of students whose weight is above 37 kg. So on our answer sheet, we should be having this column, then this column, then the third column will be of cumulative frequency, that is this, and then the points to plot will be the upper limit of the first interval and the cumulative frequency. So 30.2, the next one will be 32,6, then 34,16. Can you see how I have written them down? Now we have to take the scale on x-axis as it is given, 2 centimeters equal to 2 kgs here. So I'm leaving this 2 centimeter, I'm writing here 28. This is 0, so I need to show the kink. Now be very careful, if you don't show this, you will get your minus marks. Now on the y-axis, we have to take cumulative frequency, means the number of students. Now 2 centimeters is 10 students, so this is 20, 30, 40, so I have marked it up to 70, that's it. And we write the scale over here, we write the question number over here, and then we plot the points. First one is 30, 2, so this is 30 and the 2 divisions over here. Then 32,6, so this is 32 and this is 5 and this is 6th division. Now if you want, you can write the coordinates over here. I did not write them because I did not want to make it too congested here in the working. The next point is 34,16. So 34 is here, you go up, and 16 means from here count 6, or from 20 come down 4th one. Then we come to 36, that is 29. So 36 we go up here along this line over here, this dark line, and this is 29. Okay, so the same way we plot all these points. Now this part over here, this is slightly tricky because it has to be a smooth curve, but it is somehow like a dip and then rising up again. Can you see that? So for this value over here, you have to be a little careful and cautious. They are asking us for the median, so we write median is n upon 2th term, which means how much is the value of n? 60 here. So 60 upon 2th term, that is 30th term. So we go to the 30th term, means 30th student, and we draw this dashed line like so, where it cuts the ogive. From there we had to come down, and this is your 36 point. Now see, between 36 and 37 there are 5 divisions. This should be 36.2. Okay, so this has to be 36.2. Yeah, I somehow looked at it as 2 divisions, but remember it was really fine. So we correct ourselves here, 36.2 kg. The upper quartile is 3n upon 4th term. So that is 3 into 60 upon 4. So 4 ones and 4 goes 15 times. So 15 is 45th term. So we go here between 40 and 50. This one, this is your 45 here. So this is where we will show the arrow where it cuts the ogive. From here you come down, and here it is between 38 and 40, and these are 5 divisions. So this is your 38 and here this is 39. So it is 39 kg. Now the number of students whose weight is about 37 kg. Now 37 kg is here between 36 and 38. We count the 5 divisions, show the dashed line, show the arrow here. Where it cuts here, we come this way, and I'm getting here 34. So 34 will be subtracted from this. So this is your region, which is going to be 34 subtracted from 60, that is 26 students. And that is our answer C. Okay, so we write our answer A, B, C. We have to be very careful for ogive because it's got the highest number of marks. Okay, so we finished solving each and every question. Whichever questions you have solved during the paper, you check with this paper whether you are getting full marks or no. Write in the comments how many marks you counted. And also for those who are preparing for the future board examinations, just make the note of all the tips and tricks that are mentioned over here. Now I'm ending the video over here. I hope you have done well, and those who are going to appear for ICSE in future, all the best. Bye.